Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's preview, it is a historical weekend with the first ever South African team involved in an EPCR semi-final. The Sharks hosting inverted commas Clermont this weekend. It will take place at the Twickenham Stoop, and I will use the word Stoop very deliberately because they have renamed the Twickenham Stoop the Stoop for this weekend to try and make it a little bit more South African, given the fact that their home game is happening in London. And a very, very strong Shark side that has been named. And two teams that are in kind of almost similar seasons with regards to not having the best domestic season, but a chance for silverware does loom large for both these teams with an opportunity of getting into that EPCR Challenge Cup final, which will take place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium later this month. Now, before we look at the two sides, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. We'll start with the home side, which are the Sharks. And if we look at the front row, it is Oxenchair, Bongi Benambi, Vincent Koch. So plenty of World Cup winners' medals across those three players, all currently part of the box squad. And that is the powerhouse front row that gives the Shark side so much ascendancy when it comes to that forward battle, especially being backed up by the likes of an Eben Etzebeth, who is partnered with Emil van Heerden. And he'll provide obviously a lot of experience. And I think these are the sort of the players that look to, these are players who have won World Cup finals. They now need to drag the Sharks into another final. The back row, though, James Painter, Vincent Tuka, Pesboot, Lazy, plenty of energy across all three of them, as well as a lot of physicality brought in the form of especially Vincent Tuka, Pesboot, Lazy, James Painter, maybe a little bit more dynamic in the way they worked. Vincent Tuka is pretty brutal as a player. If you look at the halfback pairing, incredibly exciting. You've got the pace and the prowess of Grant Williams next to the class and the calmness, really, actually, these days, of Sia Masuku, who just reads the game so well and always seems to have a bit of time. Never seems to be rushed. Is Sia Masuku. He's such a quality player and like sort of 3 man of the match performances in the last sort of month. If we then look at the rest of the back line, plenty of pace in that back three of Makazulu Mapimpi, Werner Koch, Apre Fassi, Werner Koch on the back of a hat-trick last weekend. Apre Fassi been playing some tremendous rugby. And Makazulu Mapimpi, well, in terms of scoring important tries, he was the first South African ever to score a try in a World Cup final back in 2019. In the centres, you've got Lakanya who will captain the side next to the younger Ethan Hooker, who gets an opportunity to continue sort of his progression in the senior ranks. Off the bench, plenty of class as well. Pheasant Barton, Tukuk, and Henry Jacobs are the replacement front row, young players, but have been around the block for a while now. Gebran Kobler, Johnny Labuskakny, the other two forward replacements, they have gone with a 5-3 split, which features Cameron Wright, Buddha Chamberlain, who has actually recently just announced that he is leaving the Sharks and will be making a move to the Bulls next season. Francois Fenta, Springbok capped centre, is the other replacement there. If we then look at Clermont and the side, a bit of an Argentinian international player, not too many current French internationals, but plenty of Argentinian talent scattered in and amongst this side, especially in the forwards. If you look at the front row, it is George Iberia, Etienne Foucault, and Rabah Slimani. They'll be backed up by Rob Simmons and Thomas Lavanini. South African fans will know a lot about Thomas Lavanini, having played so much rugby against him in an Argentina jersey. One of my personal favourite players and one of the best players in the world on his day, Marcus Kremer, will be a massive, massive player for Clermont tomorrow. He partners Bekeliato and his captain, Fritz Lee, in that back row, which will have to be at their best if they are to try and match, and if not, try and up-muscle that Sharks front row. If we look at the halfback pairing, it is Baptiste Juno next to Anthony Bellier. The rest of the back line looks like George Durant, George Molière, Julian Hertel, Baptiste Dalgai, another Argentine international, and Alex Newsom at full back. Off the bench, it is Johan Perigari, Georgi Dimashvili, Christian Georgievin, Thibaut Mohamed, Tidian Tixeran, Peter Gaston-Lokolu, Theo Guerrero, and Ian Derek Currie. So a couple of Georgian players as well. Obviously, you do see a lot of Georgian players across the French sides. So there's a bit of international quality in this Clermont side, especially, as I said, someone like Marcus Kremer, who can sort of put those kind of like almost like a step to the toy type performance together. We've seen him often. If you look at some of the Argentinian best results of the last few years, especially those games against the All Blacks where they've beaten them, he often proves to be a very central figure in those games as well. Let me know what your score predictions are down in the comments below. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. We will be live for this game tomorrow. It'll kick off at 1:30 South African Standard Time, so make sure you come and join me on the watch along, and I will see you guys all there. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve, and I'll see you guys soon.